What up, y'all? Welcome back to the next episode of Don't Do That. Every Fridays, y'all. Hope y'all weekend is at least starting off pretty okay. I know it might be a little chill for most. It's sad that the pun is intended. It is cold outside.
Yeah, it's cold in the motherfucker.
Yes, it is. So before we get started, smoke of the app.
Smoke of the app.
Smoke of the app. It's the Stitzy 40s. This is Blue Dream Indoor Cannabis Infusion. Some good shit too in it. It's pretty good. Got your little keef and all that stuff. Nice and infused. Oh yeah. So.
Am I starting?
What you got going on? Well, let's start off with the topics first, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
So I have an update on the musicians who will be actually performing at the Super Bowl for 2025.
Who besides Kendrick?
We will get into that. And then, Michigan official convicted of federal drug crime, re-elected in landslide, will serve his term, however, from prison.
That's got to be the top story.
What the hell?
That's got to be the top story right there.
On another note, I have a hat. Made it myself. A little thing I got going on. This little prototype thing. So
the proto hat.
My idea, pretty much towards is like, everybody should get their own customized kind of stuff. Nothing, too.
But have your own personality to it. I get it.
So, let's go with our big one though. We'll go ahead with the big one. Our Michigan official convicted of federal drug crimes is re-elected in landslide, will serve term from prison. Mark Brandt has served as a Michigan County Commissioner since 2012. A Michigan official who was just re-elected to office will soon be heading to federal prison, where he plans to begin and serve part of his term. Monroe County Commissioner Mark Brandt was re-elected on November 5th, despite having been sentenced to 18 months in prison in September for allowing marijuana to be grown on his land in southeastern Michigan. The marijuana was then distributed across the border in Ohio, so drug trafficking. So how can someone represent the people of Monroe County from a prison cell while not living in the area you are supposed to represent? Mr. Lavoie asked the news, that's a resident. The residents have concerns of it. While I'm gone, my phone will be available. Brandt, 68, told the Detroit Free Press. I have somebody who will be taking my messages, and my fellow board members have all volunteered to handle all of my constituents' concerns, thank you, that I won't be able to handle, obviously, because you're in prison. Now, Brandt has served as a Michigan County Commissioner since 2012. While he resigned from his previous term in October, just a few weeks after receiving his prison sentence, he was re-elected in a landslide victory, achieving 91% of the vote for another 4-year term.
I'm confused.
Now, he went into the Monroe County Clerk of Court's office earlier this week to be sworn into his post already. Mr. Brandt is not a drug kingpin, even though he was still, dealing weed through the borders. The defense, Vincent Hasha, said in the court filing, his involvement in the marijuana business and consequently his admitted crime was merely a small factor of his professional life. So, to me, it's...
I'm confused. We got a straight up felon that's being excused of all of his crimes because he has friends in high places, and now he's the president, so he will not be doing any time for what he did at, causing a riot at the White House, basically inciting a riot.
This dude
then you got this guy
growing marijuana, in 2012, which, if I'm not mistaken,
it was still
illegal at that time.
Yeah.
And then you were transporting it across state lines, which is
illegal.
like distribution, right?
Yeah.
Some of
Trafficking.
some sort, trafficking, drug trafficking, because you were then going across the lines of another state. Distributing is what through the state itself, and then trafficking is going back and forth through the lines. So how are you not considered in anywhere near some sort of a drug trafficking?
How are you able to hold that type of position
you were serving 18
while you're
months.
serving time in prison?
You're serving a year, like a year and a half of your 4-year term.
I'm sorry. Our elected officials should be held to a higher standard than they are being held to.
There's no way.
It's crazy, man. It's
Let you be an average
crazy.
person. Because an average person doesn't have the money that these people have. But also another thing that needs to be done to get the knowledge you need for this. Because at the end of the day, that's another thing that they also have. That's how they're able to pay for these bomb-ass fucking lawyers.
I'm just...
Forget them lawyers. Get this knowledge yourself. Get this knowledge yourself from now. And I guarantee you, with this knowledge, you'll gain money to be able to gain the power. And no longer will the small people be the small people no more.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad that Go came on because
that
one of the things that I wanted to talk about that has not happened in as long as I can remember is the Lions, the Detroit Lions, having a good season.
Hell of a season.
My Detroit Lions, and I'm going to say my Detroit Lions because through thick and thin, through all of the trash that has been thrown at the Detroit Lions, through all of the stupid stuff that has happened on the field to the Detroit Lions, they are 11-1.
Nice.
They are killing it this year.
Magnificent.
Killing it. So they are poised to do well this season. They are doing great. And I just wanted to mention that all of Michigan is extremely hyped because they are actually, I believe in my notes.
We haven't heard enough.
In my notes it says Lions move to 11-1 and make franchise history. Franchise history, folks. I'm not going to say it. None of us should say it until we are there.
But at
to
the end
not
of the day,
jinx it.
At the end of the day, still to have a record like that.
Yeah, we're doing great though.
Is great. That's showing
Shout
us.
out to the Lions.
We're not hurt anymore.
Nobody hurt us this year.
Nobody hurt us this year.
Nobody hurt us this year.
You don't have to ask us who hurt us. Nobody yet.
Nobody yet.
Well, they did.
That one loss, that's not.
But hey, I mean still.
We're still
But
going
anyway,
to the playoffs.
that's okay. I mean still, hell yeah. At the end of the day.
All right.
Can nobody sit there and say that they're not proud? Now, if Dallas can kind of get on board, because they're the next worst one, I believe. The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I ain't worried about that.
I know, ain't nobody ever worried about that.
I ain't worried about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm worried about the Detroit Lions. They're doing great. Shout out to the Detroit Lions and all the Detroit Lions fans. Now, before I go, I just want to mention that this is something I have not done on the show, but a couple of people have done this on their podcasts, and I think it's kind of interesting, so I'll give you a little preview. Burger King.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Has been, they have Whoppers created by fans right now. They got fried pickle ranch, maple bourbon barbecue, and Mexican street corn.
No, I won't try the Mexican street corn.
I have not tried the Mexican street corn.
Just because I'm not a big corn
The bourbon
person.
barbecue maple, I may try that. But I have actually taken the plunge on the fried pickle ranch twice. Because I like the fried pickles when I used to get them at Hooters and
I feel
Texas
they could have,
Roadhouse
honestly though, I think they could have did a little bit better with the season. I feel like they could have seasoned the pickles a little bit better.
Yeah, but it is still a really good sandwich.
It was still a really good sandwich.
I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
That bacon was fucking superb.
8 and a half
I
out of
love
10.
that bacon. That was so good. But
like
next
it.
is going to be
The maple
the
bourbon
maple
ranch.
bourbon. Yep.
Yeah, we'll try the maple bourbon and tell you how that's rocking.
All right. So on to my last topic. These musicians were just added for the Super Bowl 2025 lineup alongside headliner Kendrick Lamar.
Here we go.
All right. 4 musicians have been announced as part of the Super Bowl pregame performers ahead of Kendrick Lamar's highly anticipated halftime show in the Big Easy next year.
Okay, here we go.
Grammy-winning singer John Batiste, 38, Christian recording artist Lauren Daigle, 33, R&B vocalist Ledisi, 52, and jazz musician Trombone Shorty, 38, have been added to the lineup for the Super Bowl for February 9th. Now, Rock Nation announced the news on Thursday on November 28th, revealing that Batiste will perform the national anthem at the Caesars Superdome. Daigle and Shorty will combine their musical talents to sing America the Beautiful. Ledisi is, I'm probably not saying this right, so sorry, is slated to give the audience her powerful vocals on Like Every Voice and Sing. So, yeah. Now Super Bowl is a rare moment to unite fans of the world, but we'll see, because it's always a big controversy when it comes to that.
Now,
a lot of people have already been.
Anyone else in the room is doing what I'm doing, which is wondering who the hell these people are.
Exactly.
I don't know who anybody is besides Kendrick Lamar. And it's not because, 16 only listens to hip-hop, because I do mostly listen to hip-hop, but I do listen to other genres of music.
I'm not a big name person anyways, so some people will have to give me something that is known.
Yeah, I'm not recognizing any
something that may have even been played on the radio.
Not ringing any bells.
It's really not.
Not ringing any bells.
But, the fact that they were trying to, and I don't think that it's going to be as good as the last one. I think the only the reason why people are going to watch it if they do is because of Kendrick. Now.
Well, in my opinion, they made him the true headliner by not having anybody else that has a name that rings any bells. They made him the for real headliner, because I don't recognize any other names of anyone else performing.
Are also looking forward to more of a diverse layout of it. Now, me personally, I would like a diverse layout. I like all shit. Kendrick Lamar, yes, he definitely has earned his spot there, because when he drops shit, he drops some shit. Okay, period. What has he dropped that wasn't good? Or has it caught their ear?
I actually cannot argue.
Exactly, so he has earned that. Now, whatever little issue between the two, Jay-Z and Lil Wayne and all them, I don't know much about that. That's something that has nothing to do personally with the small people.
There you go.
Alright, that has something to do with between them. I hope that whatever the case may be, time is getting short for everybody. So hopefully they do get a chance to resolve whatever issue it may have been, because you guys have been in the game for far too long for you guys to be acting.
Us as
right.
Like
it doesn't. But it would be awesome to be able to see them both. Them both. Personally, does Lil Wayne need to kind of clean himself up a little bit more? Yeah, he kind of does. No, he finally.
Rock stars did their thing. They were walking around here biting the heads off bats with the hair
and he's dying.
And everything.
And he's dying.
Hey, but while he lived, he lived.
But and technically, the bat, that was technically not what was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be a fake fucking bat.
Yeah, but they were rocking out.
But the show.
Wayne's rocking out now.
The show must go on.
True.
And Ozzy Osbourne was big on that. You know, this man still wants to. I mean, he's not obviously going to perform. Probably whatever he does, his little tours or whatever, he's just going to sign shit because he has cerebral palsy. He's not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that when it came to his wife being mad because he uses marijuana sometimes.
He lived a hard life.
He sure did.
He lived a hard life.
So I'll be glad that all he wanted to do was smoke a little dope.
And on my way out, just a couple things. Like I said to a few of my friends at work, I have some streaming recommendations on my way out. Things that I feel that if you are a binge watcher or streamer like me, if you're always trying to find something to watch on either HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Netflix, all of the streaming services that we own, Hulu, or something like that, let me tell you, I think what happened with the Ghostbusters franchise, because all of us loved Ghostbusters 1, maybe Ghostbusters 2 a little less, Ghostbusters 3 even less than that. But we liked the Ghostbusters franchise until they gave us the Ghostbusters with, and I don't want to sound sexist because it was not just an all-woman cast and Chris Hemsworth and Janine Spot as the receptionist. It was not that. I have not seen all of it because I saw enough of it to where I was like, this just is not doing it for me. But it was the writing. It was the comedy. It was the writing. Kristen Wiig is hilarious. I can't remember the black girl's name, but she's hilarious. So it was just, and Chris Hemsworth has comedic timing. You've seen him in Thor, and I guess he was supposed to be.
I agree.
But I think
has a lot to do with writing.
I think with that movie, what they did was they kind of shied people off of the Ghostbusters franchise, and so that when Ghostbusters Afterlife came along, which is where I'm going because the movie is awesome.
Yeah, that's actually
Ghostbusters Afterlife has Paul Rudd in it, and it has that movie actually has everyone in it. This is what happens when you do a movie that has callbacks to the original and it is done properly.
Yes.
When it is done correctly, it is an experience that gives you goosebumps. I wanted to watch. I still want to watch the original Ghostbusters movie now because no spoilers. But that movie and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, because I even actually rented Ghostbusters Frozen Empire off of the strength of Afterlife because it was that fire to me. And on the way out,
woo, burn the lip.
Yeah, burnt the lip. On the way out, because we value your time, I want to tell you, I watched Alien Romulus this morning. Good fucking job. That's the way you do it. Also, again, another movie where it is done right. Callbacks, if you remember the first movies, there are certain moments that you're like, they're doing the thing. Yeah.
Oh, one more last peek. Even has all the little writing on it.
Yeah, even today.
Yes. All right, y'all. Thanks again for coming out and seeing us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and get notified. We'll see you on the next episode of Don't Do That on Mad as Hell Monday.
Don't do that!